I'm back. Oh my god, sitting down to record like this always feels weird after I haven't done it for a while. Also, it's the weekend. I didn't feel like getting dressed or putting on makeup, so y'all are getting fresh-faced JoJo today with a new hair color. I just got these done. What do y'all think? I am not gonna lie, I am not entirely sure. I'm looking at myself. I am not entirely sure how I feel about them yet. I wanted to try a new thing with my hair, a new hair color, and I saw a lot of the brown skin girlies on TikTok getting this like red auburn color, and I thought it looked cute, and so I decided to try it. And when my braider was done, I got up and I looked in the mirror and I was like, oh, okay, it's a color. And she was like, it's cute. And I was like, yeah. So it's, oh, hello. Hi, my baby just jumped onto my lap. Oh, you wanna say hi? Say hi. Hi, baby. Okay, I need you to sit on the floor and not in my lap because I have my laptop up here. Yes, baby. Hi. Oh, I'm talking about my hair color. Yeah, long story short, it's growing on me. I feel like I like it, but like I'm not in love with it. I'm not sure how I feel about it, but let me know what y'all think. I'm stuck with it for a while, so I'm sure it'll grow on me eventually. But anyway, yes, hi, I'm back, and I'm about to start the 4th year of my program. Like I really can't believe it's my 4th year already. And I also can't believe that means that I've been making videos here on my channel for 3 years. Let's see, 1st to 2nd year, 2nd to 3rd year, yeah, 3 years now. Yeah, and my channel just hit 2,000 subscribers over the summer. And so I just want to say like a huge thank you. It was literally last summer that I hit 1,000 subscribers after doing this for 2 years. And so to hit 2,000 just a year later is just like, it just feels like such a huge milestone, and I'm just so grateful to you all who support the channel. So yeah, on that note, before I actually get into the reason I'm making this video, I wanted to share a quick thought with y'all. So last year I did a live Q&A. I think it was like right at the end of the summer before the semester started. And after that live, I came up with the idea to like do some sort of like monthly like community support group type thing for those of us who are in clinical psych PhD programs, those of you who are going to be clinical psych PhD students in the next year, just so like people can have a space to really like get support, express themselves, talk about what, you know, this experience is like, what their journeys have been like, what support they could use going forward, and people can share resources with each other, all of that. The issue I had was that like I couldn't figure out how to implement it because last year my schedule was just so crazy. And then also there was just like figuring out logistics of like how to do it, what format to do it in. But I think I have figured all of that out, and theoretically I have some time this next year to actually commit to doing it. So yeah, just like let me know down in the comments if that is something that sounds like you would be interested in doing it. And if I see that there's enough interest, I might just go ahead and try it out and see if it happens, if it works. And I'll also like post something on the community tab, like a poll or something to gauge interest. But yeah, if you're interested, let me know down in the comments. So anyway, yeah, with that out of the way, let's get on to the summer recap / what this year is gonna look like for me. Hey, hello, my name is JoJo and welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, welcome. Okay, so summer recap. What did I do over the summer? I did a lot and also nothing at all at the same time. Okay, first thing is, I think I mentioned this at like my end of semester recap, but I actually kept seeing patients all the way through the end of June because I I'm going to be staying at my externship from last year part-time while also being full-time at another externship this year. I'm doubling up. And so because I was staying for another year, I decided to just see my patients through part of the summer. And then I took a month off in July. Hi. I will bring you back up here soon. And then I took the month of July off and I went down to Florida to visit my family. And I was down there for pretty much the whole month of July. And while I was down there, we actually spent a week in Orlando and I vlogged the whole week, or almost the whole week. I really tried, y'all. I did. But if you haven't seen that vlog yet, I will link it up above. I think it's pretty funny. My parents love being in front of the camera, and so I think they made the vlog much more interesting than it would have been if I didn't include them. But yeah, just like for like all of June while I was still up here, I was just like trying to finish as much as I possibly could before I went down to Florida, because I really wanted to just like shut my brain off for a month. Unfortunately, I couldn't do that. I'm also sorry if you can hear the little pitter patter of kitty feet. My baby is playing right now and he's running back and forth. But me trying to do as much as possible and get it done before I left didn't happen, to partially no fault of myself. I'll explain in a second. I was like trying to work on dissertation stuff, and also I mentioned at some point that I had a summer class to take. That was still the case. However, by the end of June, the course was still not published on like the site that my school uses for like the courses or whatever is called Canvas. The course still had not been published on Canvas, so no one had access to the materials, and multiple people, including myself, emailed the professor to find out when the class would be published so that we could do the work that we knew we were gonna have to do. And he just kept saying, it'll be up soon, and by the end of June, it still wasn't up. So my plan of trying to get everything that I needed to get done before I went home in July did not happen. So with that being said, while I was visiting my parents, I still very much had work to do. It happened much more slowly than I would have liked it to. But anyway, yeah, so I came back at the end of July, and just like very slowly started getting back into the groove of things. I took like that first week that I was back to just like reorient myself to being in my own space again after not being in my own space for almost a month. And then I brought home my baby. I adopted a kitten who you saw at the beginning of the video, but now I will formally introduce him. Come here. Hi. Yeah, come here. You want to say hi to my subscribers? Oh, mommy can't reach you. Ah, okay. Hi. This is Benito. Say hi, baby. You don't want to say hi to the people? You wanted to say hi earlier. You jumped on my laptop. He's an almost 5-month-old kitten. I had been thinking about getting a cat for a really long time. Let me put you down because you want to go down. I'd been thinking about getting a cat for a really long time. For those of you who have been following my channel for a while, you may remember that I had a dog. I had a little Maltese that I had had since high school. And I don't remember if I spoke about this on my channel. I think I did. I don't know, those months are a blur, honestly. I was so sad. But almost 2 years ago now, I lost my baby, my Maltese, Bebel. And after I like went through my grieving process, I was thinking like, okay, I miss having a pet around. I miss having a little baby around. And so I'd been thinking for a while, to get a cat, but I just there was always something that was just like getting in the way of me doing that. And so when I got back, actually before I left to go to Florida, I was scrolling through just like Pet Finder. That's just like a thing I do sometimes. But I was scrolling through Pet Finder and I saw Benito at the time in the rescue. His name was Barry. I saw, every time I say his name, he looks at me. I saw him on Pet Finder and like instantly I was like, you're mine. You are mine. So I put in an application for him, and like within a couple of days, the girl reached back out to me and told me that like we could do a FaceTime meet and greet, but that like he wouldn't be ready to leave the rescue until the end of the month, because at the time he was still under 3 pounds and he like still needed vaccines and he hadn't been neutered yet and all of that. And I told her that's literally perfect, because I'm gonna be gone for July and I won't be back until the end of the month. And that's kind of how I knew like, oh, like he was meant to be mine, because the way the adoption process was so smooth. Like the way like he wasn't gonna be ready till the end of July, I wasn't gonna be ready till the end of July, and then once I got here and I went to go pick him up, like it was the smoothest process. We did like a like a like a foster to adopt sort of situation. So the adoption wasn't final until 2 weeks after I got him, but like the 2 weeks that I was fostering him, even though like in my mind like he was mine, like this wasn't like a I might give him back situation, like there was no way he was going back to the rescue. But yeah, like the smoothest 2 weeks ever. And then I finalized the adoption and now he is literally my baby and I love him so much. But anyway, yeah, I adopted a kitten. I want to shout out the rescue that I got him from. So shout out to Kittens by Ashley and Paul the Cat Guy on Instagram. I will link both of their Instagram pages in the description. They are like a fully nonprofit rescue that they run out of their house. Like they literally just rescue kittens off of the street and bring them into their home and like get them all the medical attention that they need and then like adopt them out. I think it's just like such beautiful work that they do. So yeah, just like if you're like in the New York, New Jersey area and you might want to adopt a cat, hit them up because they have plenty. But anyway, yeah, that's what my summer has been like. Oh, but just to like wrap up on the summer class thing. So the class didn't actually go live until like the end of July. Like he did not finally publish the course until the end of July. So there was literally like no time to actually do anything, but I got it done. I did what I needed to do. I read what I needed to read, and I got it over with. It's done. Did I actually learn anything? No, but that's not my fault. You can blame the school. So moving on. Okay, so what's to come this semester? The semester starts in like 2 days. By the time y'all are seeing this, it will have started already. Good news, I'm not taking any classes this semester, which I am so happy about. I do have to take a class in the spring, again, because of my program being very disorganized. But this semester, no classes for me. However, I may not be taking any classes, but I am teaching a class this semester. I am a teaching fellow this semester. I have moved up in the ranks from teaching assistant to now teaching fellow. It's really not moving up in the ranks. It's just like, I could have been a teaching fellow like last year if I really wanted to, and maybe in like even the year before that, but I like did not have the bandwidth for it whatsoever. But I decided like this was the year, since I wasn't taking any classes this semester, I was like, this is the year for me to like take another step in my academic career. So yeah, I am teaching a class this semester. I'm teaching Fundamentals of Abnormal Psychology, which is basically just like teaching about the disorders in the DSM. And I have actually wanted to be a teaching fellow for this class since my first year. And I initially applied to be a TA for this class, but then I ended up TAing for another teacher for a different class. And then I just sort of like kept going back to fill the same TA positions for the past 2 years because like the teacher already knew me and, you know, just, it was easy. But this semester, the ADCT actually reached out to me and said, hey, if you want to be a teaching fellow, like we still need someone to teach this class. And I was like, you mean the class that I wanted to be a teaching fellow for since first year? Yeah, sure, of course. So yeah, that's what I'm doing. And I am like really looking forward to it, surprisingly enough. And that's shocking because it's an undergrad class. And I don't know why, but there's something about the thought of teaching undergrads that's a little unnerving to me. There's some air of like, I don't know, arrogance almost among undergrads that I've just noticed exists. And it's like, as like someone who's been through that phase of life now, I'm like, oh, you guys don't know the half of it. But I'm gonna sit up here and I'll look like the fool if it makes you feel better about yourselves, you know? That sounds really bad. But it just, it gives me a weird sense of comfort of knowing that like I don't have to like think too critically about it, because I know that it's just like a phase that everyone seems to go through. I mean, if you didn't go through that phase, great for you. But I feel like everyone I know went through that phase in undergrad of like feeling like they were just like, they knew more than the professors. I don't know. Anyway, I'm teaching a class is the bottom line. I'm teaching a class. Let's see, what else is happening this semester? Internship applications. That actually technically started over the summer. We had an internship meeting over the summer, but I didn't actually start working on anything till I got back. But yeah, I'm applying to internship this year. That is the one part of this semester that is like really stressing me out, and I'm trying not to let it stress me out. What is there something in your mouth? Come here. Come here. What is, oh, it's just fur. You have fuzz on your face. Okay, he'll be fine. But yeah, I'm like trying not to let it stress me out, but inevitably it's like the thing that's stressing me out the most, to the point where I've like stopped talking about internship entirely with anyone in my cohort who is also applying to internship this year. And I feel like that's just how I cope with like academic stress. Like I just don't, I have like his hair on my lip, I can feel it. Okay, I just like don't talk about it because I know that I'm stressed about it. My cohort members are probably also stressed about it, and I don't want my stress to feed off of their stress and vice versa. And so like I've now completely muted our group chat because they're asking each other questions about internship, and then it just turns into like a big ball of like questions that are stemming from the stress that they're feeling. And I just don't want to be a part of that. Yeah, I don't want that for myself. So I like have muted the conversations, and I just go back and I read them later. Like, I don't want to do this. I don't want to go through this process. I don't want to do the application. I don't want to write the essays. I don't want to ask for the recommendation letters. I don't want to do the interviews. I want no parts of this. Just like why can't y'all just take my word for it that like I'm a good therapist, you know? Cause like I'm a good therapist and I know I'm a good therapist. Like, give me my degree, let me go work for a couple of years so that I can get enough hours, and then let me get my license, and then let me just do my own thing. Like, why do I have to go through this? Yeah, it's just, internship is just like, it's happening, it's here, I gotta do it. So that's gonna be a thing that I talk about throughout the semester, the whole year really, until February, I think, is when match day is. So until at least February, internship will be a big part of my videos. And then other thing is just continuing to work on my dissertation. I still haven't submitted my IRB. And the reason I haven't submitted my IRB yet, which is probably not a smart thing to do, I should have submitted it already and then just gotten it approved so that I can make revisions to it later, which is probably what I'm gonna end up doing. But I love how I'm just like talking through all of this while I'm talking to y'all. The reason I haven't submitted it yet is because I was trying to find sources of funding to put on it, because I want to be able to include in my initial IRB submission that I'm compensating people, but I can't say that I'm compensating participants without also explaining where the money's coming from. But ultimately, I'm probably just gonna end up not saying that I'm not compensating and therefore I don't need to explain funding, and then let it get approved while I'm still looking for funding, and then hopefully secure some funding and then submit a revision for my IRB. It's a long process. Research is a really long process. But yeah, that's it. Continuing to work on dissertation, internship stuff, teaching a class, and if there's enough interest in my like student support group idea, then I'll also be doing that. So yeah, theoretically it sounds like not a lot, but it's actually a lot. So yeah, with that being said, that is it. That was my summer. That's what, you know, this semester is gonna look like for me, probably. So yeah, thank you for watching, especially if you made it all the way to the end. I truly appreciate it. Remember, let me know down in the comments if my student support group idea is something that you would be interested in. Also, if you're starting a new semester, let me know what you're looking forward to the most this semester, what you're not looking forward to. And yeah, as always, like, share, and subscribe. Click that little notification bell so you don't miss my next upload, and I'll see you in my next one.